Let's go.
I don't know which one of those catches was better, but
That last one had to feel pretty special. You came here to make that catch, right? So maybe just kind of take us through the play and kind of what you're feeling right now.
Yeah, I think it's a real moment for me. Just being with the guys. I got here in January and just hearing about all the hardship that this team went through last year. And just being in that position, to go make that play, it was surreal. I'm just so happy for my teammates, happy for my coaches, and happy for this fan base.
Brenen, at Media Days, we talked a little bit about your faith and how important that is to you, and I saw you post-game with your wife praying. Can you tell me a little bit about what a game like this means, incorporating your faith as well?
Yeah, I like to pray before and after every game. Win or loss, we give all the glory to Him, and so that's just kind of where that comes from. I'm just blessed, beyond blessed.
Brenen, you came from Oklahoma. You followed Jeff Lebby. When we talked to you at SC Media Days, that you want to end your college career kind of with the coach that recruited you to start. To have a moment like this, what's going through your head? What are the emotions going in as you're running into the end zone?
Really a lot. I could just hear the cowbells ringing so loud. I was like, man, I couldn't get across that goal line fast enough. When I did get across the goal line, I said, man, what a surreal moment for my teammates, for me, for this fan base, like I said, and so it was just a surreal moment.
Brenen, I know you've always been confident about your speed and what you possess offensively. You had to step on the defender most of the night. What did you see from that matchup today, and how were you able to exploit it, other than maybe just the pure speed?
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of film, a lot of preparation that goes into that. Then ultimately it's just going out there and doing my job, winning my one-on-one. I feel like I did that tonight.
Obviously, to produce like that in the last minute, you guys had to have confidence when you went out there. But talk about the confidence of this team building up in practice all week. What was that scene like?
We run a 2-minute drill every single week of practice. It really started with the defense on the goal line stop. Like that, without that, I'm not in that position to go make the game-winning touchdown. So I think it starts there, and then ultimately, we go 2-minute every single week of practice. So it's just executing. None of the guys panicked, none of the guys freaked out. We knew what we had to go do, and we got it done.
Brenen, your Coach Lebby said on the lining up for that last touchdown play, he felt pretty good that it was going to be a big play. He wasn't quite sure it was going to be what it ended up being. Was there a moment leading up to making that catch that you thought, oh, yeah, this is mine?
I got the play in. I knew what I had to do. I looked up at the clock, looked at the backfield, seen the secondary, what covers they were in. It was just, man, at that point, it was just, keeping my feet, and just trusting the process, trusting Blake, trusting my teammates around me to get what they had to do done, so I could get open ultimately, and then just catching it and just running as fast as I can to that end zone.
Brenen, you put some explosive plays on tape in 2 weeks, and in the weeks ahead, 0 is going to be near the top of every scouting report of every team that you guys play. So how do you, making these explosive plays, how do you feel like that's going to open up opportunities for some of your teammates?
I think it helps everybody. I think it helps, my other wide receivers that are around me. I think it helps the run game. I think ultimately it helps this team. Like, we need someone to go do that. I'm the guy for that. And then ultimately just doing everything I can, with my power to help this team win with whatever that is, whether that's taking the top off the defense, whether that's, catching the screen and going to score, whatever, blocking, down the field, whatever that looks like, I'm here to do it. That's why I'm brought here.
Brenen, you were brought in here to kind of turn things around, help turn things around for this team after what happened last year. What does this win do for this program, you think? What does it say about the direction you guys are going?
Yeah, I just think it's a testament to our quit. We don't quit. Like, no matter what happened last year, this team is going to continue to fight. This team is going to continue to show why we belong. And we're just going to change the program step by step, day by day, game by game. We're just going to keep pushing forward.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank y'all, Hill State.